So what's it going to take for the Eagles to beat the Seahawks? Just another 24 hours.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big ass dog. Dallas still stinks.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and we are less than 24 hours away from Eagles Seahawks. Cannot wait. I'm ready. I wish we could play right now. I love it. Let's go. Oh, I love it. You know what's funny? Normally, leading up to a game, as we get closer and closer, I get more and more nervous. I start to get butterflies. And it usually starts like Friday night, Saturday. That's when I start to get like, oh, okay, here we go. But you know, so far, I got to tell you, I'm feeling better and better about this game as time goes on. I am. I feel good about this game. I think the Eagles are going to shock the world again. Now, we've had some news come out today that we have to talk about. First thing, Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson is out. He is not going to play. I thought he had the best chance of playing, to be honest with you. But it looks like that's not the case. He's out. Hopefully, if we play next week, we'll get him back, and we'll get into that in a second. The big news, though, the thing the Eagle fans should be very excited about, and shout out to my man Jadis Young, shout out to you because I know you're going to like this news. Zach Ertz is cleared to play. He is cleared to play, and he's questionable, but all signs point to him playing. Most likely, he's going to play tomorrow, which is huge. That is huge and big time for the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, even if Zach Ertz is on a snap count, okay, and you can use him on certain third down situations, in the red zone situation, it's a big deal for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a huge deal for the Eagles. So getting Zach Ertz tomorrow is huge, and I think this is so significant in this game because we know the Seattle Seahawks, I think they're like the second worst team against tight ends. And now you're going to have two out there that they're going to have to deal with. It makes it very, very difficult for the Seattle Seahawks. You know, I don't know what Ertz's exact injury is. I know he has a rib injury. I know a broken rib, which you can play through and that kind of thing. The whole question was, does he have a lacerated kidney? And I got to say, Eagles are usually pretty cautious with guys. Sometimes their medical staff does misdiagnose and has messed up. But I got to assume that a lacerated kidney, they know how to handle and to deal with. So maybe it was just bruised. Maybe it's gone down. Maybe it's in a situation where they know that it can't be worse. You got to trust that they're making the right decision and they're not risking him. And with that, to put Zach Ertz on the field against the Seattle Seahawks is huge. It's monstrous. I'm feeling so good about this game right now. I will say this. Seattle's no pushover. Russell Wilson is going to have something to say about this game before it's all said and done. I get it. You got to give Seattle their props and the respect. And I really think that this game is a harder game than what you would have to play next week. Being that it's most likely going to be San Francisco. I think this is a game. I'm just going, please, can we get through this game? If we can just win this game, then next week you're talking about probably having Lane Johnson back and probably having Desean Jackson back. That is, I can't express how big that is. That would be monumental for a team like the Eagles, who have been so battered by injury, to survive and stay afloat, get into the playoffs, then all of a sudden get through round one, then be in a situation where you're getting guys back. You're putting talent back on the field. And I think for Desean Jackson to come back, I would prefer to play in San Francisco than Green Bay. And the reason is, one, it's cold in Green Bay, very cold. Two, you have Aaron Rodgers. I trust the Eagles, a team who has been to the Super Bowl, who has a lot of experience on that team, to go to San Francisco and play a team with a head coach, no playoff experience. And I'm talking as a head coach. quarterback, no playoff experience. A lot of those players, no playoff experience. Sure, there are guys like Richard Sherman that have it, but most of that team doesn't. You don't know how they're going to come out and react. They're the number 1 seed. They may start slow. They may be tight. They may be nervous. They may feel the pressure. And you go in there with the team like the Eagles, with Desean Jackson back, Lane Johnson back, Ertz is back, you got Miles Sanders, you got Carson, Greg Ward Jr., all these guys. And now you're, inserting Desean Jackson in that lineup. What are they going to do? Go back and watch a tape of Desean Jackson versus the Redskins? Everybody knows he's going to go deep. They're going to play back. It's going to open space for everybody else. Even as a decoy, he opens up things on offense. And I think the 49ers would be primed to be upset by the Eagles, to go in there and upset them. I really think if the Eagles win this game, and it's just a gut feeling, okay? It's just feeling. Sure, it's wishful thinking, but I really feel if the Eagles can get through tomorrow and beat the Seattle Seahawks, I think they go to at least the NFC Championship game. I think it's safe to say they go to the NFC Championship game. Now, the one team that I think is a problem for the Eagles that I really don't know they can win and beat would be going to New Orleans. Going to New Orleans and playing the Saints is a bad matchup for the Eagles. It just is. It's just one of those matchup situations in a tough place. I would much rather go into Green Bay and play Green Bay in the cold, play Aaron Rodgers in the cold, than New Orleans at the Metrodome. So the way I kind of see this playing out is if the Eagles can win, and this is to me the harder game between, if you look at the Eagles playing Seattle or playing the Niners, I think this game is the harder game than going to San Francisco. So you get through this game, you go to San Francisco, they're going to think they're going to walk all over us. Deshaun's going to be back in the lineup, even if he's on a snap count. Even if you use him as a decoy, he does so much to change the way defenses play you. It will be huge. And look, and having Desean Jackson play somewhere relatively warm for his first game back also helps a lot. But I could see the Eagles going in there and beating the Niners. And then, hopefully Green Bay would beat the New Orleans Saints in Green Bay. And then we get to go back to Green Bay, which we know we can win. And, it would be a hell of a game. So, this is the game. This game sets up everything. If the Eagles win tomorrow, they're dangerous. Having Zach Ertz tomorrow helps our chances tremendously. Tremendously. And I'm sorry if it froze up there for a second, but Mark Holmes keeps calling me. He keeps calling me, and I hope he's calling to tell me my people are free. Everybody is free to troll. That's what I hope he's calling me for. I'll have to call him back later. But hey, Zach Ertz is back. This is huge for the Eagles. I'm excited. Cannot wait. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be live streaming, and we'll see what happens. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.